Well, before I turned the camera on, I forgot to change out my abrasives. So we got to do that first. Well, sorry if you're watching out there and expecting me to be sharpening those Salon shears right there. I needed to replace my abrasives, so you guys get to watch this even more boring than the sharpening part. Sorry about that. If you're watching, I appreciate you watching out there. I hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. We're going to sharpen 3 pairs of Salon shears when I get to it. Just had to do some maintenance first. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Helps the algorithm out, helps our little business out, and if you're so inclined, I hope you subscribe to the channel. We get a little bit of income from our YouTube channel. Alright. So I should have done all that before I even started the live stream. So anyway, I've already disassembled the shears and I can see some damage right in here, right there, on that blade. So we got to repair the inside of the blade first. It shouldn't take very much. Just a hair right there at the tip that shows a little bit of damage to it. We're going to reposition my fingers here a little bit, put a little extra pressure on that tip, work it again. And that's all there is to it. Looks good. So we got a clear ride line all the way up there. Hey Jim. So the girl brought the Salon shears. I'm going to knock these out real quick. Still haven't delivered my package yet. Just a little damage there. Get the yard tools done, Jim? I want a little bit right there. $132 people watching. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Looks good. All right, we got the ride lines looking good. These are convex edge shears. I feel a little damage there at the tip. Sweet. That's a good little bit of money real quick before lunch, huh? Two people said they were going to bring me knives today, and I haven't heard from them today. I'm going to convex a little bit more. The previous sharpener didn't convex these all the way, and there's a big bevel at the tip of these shears. He polished them, but he didn't take the bevel out. That looks better. Looks better anyway. Hopefully it'll cut better. Well, if I get these 3 pair done, I won't have anything else to sharpen today unless somebody brings me something, which is kind of a bummer. I don't like to be completely caught up. All right, those look good. Well, if you're watching out there, tell me where you're watching from. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. We're doing a set of salon shears this afternoon. 3 pairs, actually. Abdul, thanks for watching from Pakistan. Tyro Plater from Pennsylvania, thanks. Clyde from North Carolina. Julian, North Carolina, thank you for watching. All right, I got a burr across the whole blade, but now I need to convex it. It is not a stone. This is called a flat hone. Well, they have a little bit of flex to them. So if you have the right downward pressure, Abdul, you can keep it flat and keep the curve. It also depends on the quality of the shear, too. It just takes practice. Check out some of my other videos on my channel, Abdul. I have some tutorials. If the sharpening is done properly, they'll last years and years. We're taking off minor, just tiny bits of material. Looks pretty good. Is this a hobby? No, this is a full-time business. Well, that's right. Your cloth shears don't have a flex. You don't need to work the inside ride lines on sewing scissors, Abdul. There's no reason to work the inside line. Only the outside edge on cloth scissors. These are salon shears, so you would need to work the inside ride line, but not on sewing scissors. I've got some videos, Abdul, on this doing the sewing scissors. Check out my website. Cornerstone, no, You don't need them in, there's no ride lines on surgical scissors that I've ever seen. I've never seen any with ride lines. I guess there could be. Abdul, what kind of machine do you use in Pakistan? The only scissors that have ride lines that I've ever seen in my 10 years of sharpening are Japanese style Salon shears. That's what these are. These are Joel's. I'm gonna polish that a little bit there. I got a little bit of grind marks still on that. I'm just gonna give it just a little polish before I go back to the stones. Oh wow. It's hard to do those sewing scissors on stones. You need to get you a twice as sharp. I think a twice as sharp is available in Pakistan. I had a guy contact me from Iran about the twice as sharp, and of course he can't get in Iran. He cannot get one because of the UN sanctions. I'm going to go to one other. Abdul, look at this twice as sharp on my YouTube channel. You'll see how much faster it is than stones. And I bet you could get one sent to Pakistan. There's no rivet. Really? Wow, that's surprising. How about a belt sander? Can you get a belt sander? 1x30 belt sander? You could use that, be faster. So I'm thin on my ride line. Well, that's a shame. Oh, wow. We need a little bit more work right there. So you see how thin that line is? You see that line? Frank, if you watched at the beginning of the video, I use a marker to figure out what the angle is. I do what's called a scratch test. You can look at some of my tutorial videos on my YouTube channel, and I explain that. No, you don't need a Tormek. I do have a Tormek, but a Tormek is not a machine to sharpen Salon shears. We're almost there. A Tormek is great for lots of shears, but not Salon shears. That sounds about right. That's a fairly good pair of shears. This is probably a $200 US dollar shear. Paul, the girls will get about, if they take care of them, if they're careful with a pair of shears, 9 months to a year before they'll need sharpening again. If they take care of them, they clean them, put them back in their case. That looks good. All right, same thing, we got a thin ride line. No, Paul, these are hair shears. These are salon shears, not for paper. This is for cutting hair. I'm almost there. I just got a little thin line right there. I'd like to have a little bit better ride line. I'm usually about 50% power. I don't go too fast. Just remember, the faster you are, the more heat you're going to build up on the shear. That's good, right there. But I did notice I need to polish this one. Before I go to the next stone, I'm gonna hit this with a little polishing. Had a few grind marks still in that one. Abdul, do y'all have access to Chinese products? Imports from China? I think the Chinese make a nice flat hone you can get on eBay for about 120 US dollars. Yeah, that'd work really well. Can you get things from eBay? Can you buy on eBay in Pakistan? I saw a Chinese flat hone. Yeah, I think you can find some of these tools that would be helpful to you on both of those. Oh, can't through eBay, huh? But I bet you Temu, I bet you can AliExpress and Temu, you can get the same machines. Go to my website, Abdul, go to my website and send me your email, and I'll send you the picture of the machine I'm talking about, and I bet you can find it. That looks good. I guess I take for granted all that we have available here in the United States in terms of equipment. I think the Russians make a flat hone. I know there's one made in England. I'm not sure if the French make one or not. I'm gonna polish that up a little bit too. Man, that's unbelievable. A little bit more. That looks pretty good. That's about as shiny as I'm gonna get it. Well, I'm gonna try a little bit more. I would have thought Pakistan, being an industrial country like it is, it would be pretty easy to find all kinds of equipment. Pakistan manufactures tons of things. Oh my God, that's terrible. Well, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Why don't you contact? I know that a lot of Salon shears are made in Pakistan. You should contact one of the factories and see if you could get an old piece of equipment and modify it the way you want it. So we're going to test it on dry tissue, and it just cuts great. Well, it feels funky at the tip. I'm gonna turn some of these fans off for a second. All right, I got a little bit of a burr on this, I can tell. Yeah, how about a bench grinder? Can you get an old one? Make it into your whatever you need for your business. I'm gonna polish this a little bit more. All right, so I got it cutting super clean. Turn those fans back on. It's very warm here today. Oh, those are cutting great now. So they were kind of pulling at the tip. Still pushing a little bit at the tip. Thanks, Red Rebel, for watching. All right, we're going to try the second pair. And see, these don't cut through the tip at all. You're welcome. I hope you find the machine you need for your business. Sometimes you have to be creative in this business. Well, I hope you turn it into a business. Well, that'd be good. There's a lot of craftsmen in Pakistan. I watched some of the videos on TikTok of people making all kinds of things in Pakistan. Seems like you could probably learn a lot. Scissors for fiber optic cable, I would have no idea. I don't know the brands, but I get contacted all the time from people from Pakistan. And there's some good ones. I just don't know what the brand names are. So this is a pretty clean ride line from the start. Maybe a little bit right there, maybe a little bit at the tip. These are just worn. Got a little issue down here. Let's give it a little extra pressure. I do not sell sharpening stones. Go to sharpeningsupplies.com. They have all the stones you want, all different prices. There we go, awesome. We got those looking good. Got a little issue right in there. still there. I carry a really cheap Chinese-made knife called a Maxim. I buy them by the 100. If I lose them, I don't care. I'm really bad about losing knives, laying them down, so I don't spend a bunch of money on expensive pocket knives. Still got a little, I think there's a nick in this blade. No, I think I got it. All right, I'm gonna need to look in my magnifying glass. There's just a tiny nick right there. I want to see if I can get it fixed with the whetstone first. That looks good. Oh, I love the Victorinox. Good Swiss Army knife. I have a couple of them. You can't beat a Victorinox Swiss Army knife. That's a good knife to have. But I would lose it. That's why I don't carry it. I think I have two of them, but I don't ever carry them. Sorry, I was out of the camera there. A little burr that's hanging on. Looks good. Appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. And if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas out. We get a little income every month from our YouTube channel. Helps us buy abrasives. Yeah, they're not bad, you know. You don't care about losing them. All right, we're gonna go back to the stones. Hey, you can't beat that, Jim. That's a nice tip. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, since I got one more pair of thinning shears and I'm the same way. It's warming up here today. It's very warm. It was pretty nice this morning, but it's getting hot now. They say we got another front coming through. We'll see. I'm gonna get these done. I'm tired. Yeah, I'd be scared to do the shears on the high-speed grinder. I know they forge them. I mean, you know, they shape them that way. I'm not sure how sharp they get them though. That looks good. That looks wonderful. I'm going to give them a little kiss on the wheel. Let's put them back together and see how they cut. Jim, it was pretty nice this morning when I walked with the dogs. And then it's warmed up. It's 86 in the shop right now. I shouldn't complain when it was like 94 last week or something like that. 92, 94 last week, or week before last. It's starting to cool down. Yeah, I can see that, Abdul. That'd be scary. But those guys are craftsmen. They've been doing it for years, so they know what they're doing. You need to find one of those old guys and have them teach you. Oh, it's cutting great. All right, let's test them on hair. Back, middle, tip. I like them. All right, we got a pair of thinning shears to do, and we're done. So the thinning shears were kind of catching. Let's see how they look with the paper. That's not bad. There you go, Dale. I had no idea. I would think you'd have to cut it pretty clean, wouldn't you? I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it. I think I could probably get away with just working the ride lines here, but I'm going to go ahead and sharpen the outside. They're not cutting that bad. It's just a little something at the tip. I think that's fine. Man, somebody's got the smoker going here. I smell barbecue. Wow, you need a faster way of doing it than that. Something going on with the tip of this. I'm going to have to put a little bit more angle on this. I think these have been dropped. Yeah, that looks better. Got an oddball look to the tip. Oh, I'm sure. I bet it is. It's outrageously expensive in America right now. And I'm in Texas. We have cows everywhere. And it's outrageously expensive in Texas. A little funky thing at the tip. All right, that looks good. I'm going to work this blade a little bit. I didn't see any issues with this blade. Maybe a little something right there that was catching hair. Wow, that's a good price. The last calf I bought here, we spent $3,000 on it, and I think we got about 350 pounds of meat, so 3 times as expensive. Hamburger meat right now is probably around $5 a pound. Ground beef is pretty close to $5 a pound. Still feel something. All right, it feels pretty good. We're gonna keep going. Yeah, we bought a calf 3 years ago, and it was $3,000. And I think we got about 300 pounds of meat. 300, 350, maybe 380. And the meat is more expensive now than it was then. I don't know what it would cost now. How much is a dozen eggs in Pakistan? Yeah, a dozen eggs here is probably $3.50. $3.50 a dozen. And I buy the organic farm eggs, and they're $7 a dozen. We eat more eggs than beef. I still feel it pulling something. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Abdul, it's good talking to you from Pakistan. I'm trying to polish that up a little bit. I still feel something catching. That's better. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Take care.